Welcome to Gong Interval Yoga. This practice is titled Feel Good Yoga. I hope that no matter where you are starting from today, that at some point in the practice, you will have a feel good yoga moment. So on that note, let's begin. So we're starting by doing a body roll. So we're going to pull back our shoulders and tilt our pelvis forward and then roll down into a forward bend. But this is a very loose, gentle forward bend. We are beginning to warm up the body. Pushing our pelvis forward, lifting our chest and getting ready for our next move. So we're just going to swing our arms around and lift our heel up on the opposite foot. So we're doing a gentle twisting movement here. Beginning to warm up the body and get ready for our yoga asanas. Swinging gently from side to side. Beginning to get that energy going. Transitioning now, we're going to put one foot behind, whichever one you want to start with, and then lift the same arm up in the air, the same side, and slightly lean to the side. So we're warming up side body. No extreme moves here, gentle, beginning to open up. Now putting one foot behind the other, we're going to lift both arms into the air. Our fingers are interlaced and we're pushing our palms to the ceiling and then slightly over to the side. So this is a static move. We're beginning to really get into those muscles. If your hands are uncomfortable in that position, you can just leave them open. Feeling the side body opening. Keeping your shoulders dropped. Coming out, putting the other foot behind. Interlacing your fingers, pushing your palms towards the ceiling. And leaning to the side that your leg is behind. Push those palms towards the ceiling and slightly over to the side. Or open your hands and just keep your two arms straight above the head and then lean the body over to the side. Breathing. Coming down now onto the floor. Starting on all fours. We're going to lift up into downward dog. And we're doing a dynamic move, so coming back down on your knees and then leaning forward into upward dog, coming back, downward dog, fluid movement, pushing into upward dog, lifting the chest again. Don't go to the full extent of these movements. We're just warming up. Now lifting back up into downward dog, and now we're really going to feel into this move with our body warmed up more, just pedaling out those heels perhaps, coming up and down on your heels, wiggling your pelvis, dropping down your chest, your head, feeling into this first full downward dog. Now coming down onto your stomach, We're going to have our elbow pretty much underneath our shoulders, but it doesn't have to be precise. And we're lifting up into Sphinx. And we are holding this position and then dropping a little bit and lifting back up to get that position right, pulling down your scapula. Looking forward. Breathing into your chest and back out. Bending one of your legs, we're going into a pigeon here and straightening out the other at the back. We're going to come down like a press up, a very gentle press up, and pull back up, lifting the chest. Bending down into a press up and straightening out the arms, lifting the chest. All the time in pigeon. And now staying in pigeon pose, we're going to reach our other foot back up, and if you can, with the opposite arm. And then pull your foot towards your buttocks and then loosen it back out again. Push your foot into your hand so that you're getting extension of your arm and your shoulder here and your chest while still opening up the thigh muscle. Breathing. Changing to the other side. One bent leg, foot pretty much underneath the buttocks, and we are going to go down into our press up, straighten out those arms, lift the chest, down we go. Bringing some strength into the arm muscles here. Fluid movement down and back up. One more time. Lifting the foot up at the back. Staying there or grabbing your foot with the opposite arm. Pulling it towards your buttocks first to give that thigh a little stretch, and then push your foot into your hand so that you're lengthening out the arm, the muscles of the shoulder, opening that side of the chest. Breathing gently. Back up onto all fours. We're going into a plank position where we're going to lift one knee to the elbow on the same side, and then the other knee to the elbow on the same side, and then moving from one leg to the other. Try and keep your back level here. Don't dip your pelvis or lift it too high. This is a strengthening move. You're going to feel this in your abdominals. Keep going, just another little bit. Great. Well done. Coming now down onto your forearms. And then we're going to go into a plank. You can stay on your knees, or you can open up those legs, lift those legs off the floor. Try not to have your pelvis too high or too low. Not looking for perfection here, but we're trying to keep the back level. Squeeze your abdominals, pull up your pelvis floor. Just another few seconds. Well done. Hope you're beginning to feel good. Returning up today and moving. Now we're going to take a moment to relax after that strong abdominal sequence. Drop into the floor. Feel that energy you have created. Breathing out, long breath out. Now moving into a lunge position, ground lunge, and then we're going to lift up into a high lunge and pull our shoulders down behind with bent arms. So down into a low lunge, back up into a high lunge, pull your shoulder blades down with bent arms, and down we go again. High lunge, pulling down the shoulder blades, opening the chest, and finishing. Now from this position, we are going to move up onto our knee or lift our arms above our head into a full lower lunge. If you can, just push your chest out a little bit more, lift those arms higher, feel that stretch in your hip flexor. Breathing. Coming on into the inside of that leg with your arms. We're going to go down into our press up again and lifting back up. So we're doing a different stretch. You're going to feel this in a different place in the leg, along the hamstring into the groin, and bringing a dynamic move here. Press up, straightening the arms one more time, bending down, straightening the arms. Push your knee out to the side and lift your foot off the floor so that you're on the outside edge of your foot. You might need a block here to come down and relax onto, or a cushion, or if you can manage to get your forearms down on the ground, or just stay up high on your hands, wherever that is comfortable for you today. Dropping into that. With the knee pushed out here, we're really getting into the groin, the abductors. Great job. Back up we go to standing position to change into the other side. Lower lunge, coming back into high lunge, pulling those elbows down. Low lunge, standing up in high lunge, bending the elbows and pulling the scapula down. Dynamic move, low lunge. One more time, coming up, bending at the elbows, pulling down the scapula. Down we go, low lunge again. Really feeling this now in the hip flexor. The foot is below the knee. Let's say the ankle or heel is below the knee, and then you can stay with your hands on the knee if that's good enough for you today, or lift those arms straight up in the ceiling. Try and lean just a little bit back, opening up the chest, opening up the whole body. Coming back into our low lunge, and this time bringing our arms into the inside of that bent leg and going into our press up again to wherever is comfortable. Down, bending the arms and straightening out the arms. One more. Now push out that knee and lift your foot up so that you're on the edge of the outside of that foot. Often called dragon pose. Leaning down on a block or a cushion, or staying up high if that's more comfortable for you. If not, you can come down onto your forearms and drop into that space. letting go. Up onto all fours and into our downward dog, balancing out our pelvis again. Lifting one leg into the air to wherever that gets to. You can keep your heels off the ground if it's easier for you here. One leg at a time, straight up the back. Our body is nice and warm now. Down we come. Gonna swing just one leg up this time. Downward dog. Swing that leg up as high as you can get to, and then just when you reach your full height, bend the knee and drop the foot behind you. Just see how that opens up the whole of the pelvis and the hips. Flexibility, mobility, strength. We're going to change sides now. Downward dog. Lift up the other leg now as high as you can go before dropping the foot behind. Bending that leg, opening up the pelvis, opening up the hips. Breathing. Feeling good. Well done. We're going to lift one leg up bent and then grab that foot if you can with the opposite arm. If that's not available for you, just lift the foot up. Feeling this longer thigh and your arm in your chest, and we're getting a slight twist in here. We're going to go to the other side. So lifting that foot up towards the ceiling. You can just stay there if you can't grab your foot. And if you can, with the opposite hand, grab your foot. It requires a little bit of balance here too. Let's go back now into a child's pose. Take this half a minute here to drop down, let go, rest the body. Last few seconds here, relaxing and coming back up. So into downward dog, and then we're going to just swing one of those legs under the other and then flip up your body so that your stomach is facing the ceiling and your back is facing the ground. And then go to the other side. Wild thing, this is often called. Lovely opening move. Leg under, flip over, open the arm just as far as it can go. One more time, the other side. Flipping over, opening the arm. Great. On all fours into downward dog. Let's get a good downward dog here. Lift up your pelvis. Turn your thighs inwards. Your inner thighs inwards. Heels towards the ground, if not on the ground. Wiggle out that neck a little bit, loosen it up and drop your head. Great. From all fours again, we're going to bring one arm up in the air and then thread it under the other arm, threading the needle. Up in the air to the side, opening the chest a bit, don't go too far, and back underneath, threading the needle. Chest opener, arm high, and back underneath, threading the needle. We're going to go back over to our thread the needle and hold this pose. So you can just stay here if that's where you want to stay today, or lift the other arm first to the ceiling and then putting the back of the hand on the opposite hip or lower back. So we're opening up the shoulder here. And don't forget to breathe. We're going to do all of that on the other side now. So lifting the other arm that you haven't worked with yet and then threading it underneath. Lifting it up to the air and then threading it underneath. Keep going. Straight arm up, under. Last one. And once again, this time we're going to thread the needle and we're going to hold it. So your shoulder goes right down on the ground here. And then if you can lift that other arm straight up. And then dropping it behind, the back of your hand goes onto your lower back or hip on the other side. Moving on to our side now. On our elbow, our knees are bent. And then we're going to lift up those hips and come back down. Lifting up and coming back down. We're going to get into our side abdominal muscles with this one. Lifting up, keeping your stomach tight to protect your back too. Now in the same position, we are going to come up and hold this position and then lift the top leg out to the wall and keep it straight if that is possible for you. Otherwise, stay with your both knees bent. Open up the other arm, lift it towards the ceiling. Pull up your pelvic floor, engage your abdominals. Great. If you don't feel good while you're doing that, you will feel good after you do that. Changing to the other side. Going to warm up those side abs again. Lifting up those hips. Opening your shoulders. Dropping down. Let's keep going. Down and up. Down and up. Now we're going to do our static move. stay on your knees without lifting your leg if that's all you can do for today. It's a great move anyway. If you have the strength today, straighten out that top leg, lift the arm to the ceiling, hand pulling up, leg pulling out. Engage the abs. Good job. Down we go now, onto the floor, beginning to wind down our practice. So opening out the arms to the side, bending the legs, and we are twisting with bent legs from side to side. Now keeping that twist position, the legs bent, or opening out the top leg, straightening out the top leg, which you might not be able to see in the video, but it's just straightened out wherever it is. Or if it's more comfortable, you can keep that leg bent. Resting your hand there can help you stretch out that leg. Last few seconds. Going over to the other side with your bent legs, and then the top leg can straighten out. I've just got to move it around the table here. Don't worry if you can't straighten out your leg. Completely normal. Be wherever you are and breathe. We're going into our second last move here. So getting ready for bridge, pulling up your pelvis and then raising your arms above your head, coming down, straight arms, pelvis to the floor, lifting up your pelvis, bringing your arms behind your head. Down we go. Last push here, up and arms behind, dropping down. Okay. Our very last move here, we're going to hold our bridge. Pushing the pelvis up, keeping your hips level and bringing your knees slightly together to hold this position. Resting on the shoulders. Just there and out. Well done, a great practice, a feel-good yoga practice. So let's get ready for our relaxation or shavasana. Lying out on the mat, pull down your shoulders, relax out your feet, drop into the mat here. And just feel the energy running through your body. I'm going to stay here for another 30 seconds. One hand on your heart, one hand on your stomach. Relaxing the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the pelvis, the buttocks, the lower back, the chest, the upper back, the neck, the head, the arms, relaxing, dropping down, Feeling good. Well done. If you'd like to stay there for another few minutes, feel free. Or if you need to get on with your day, just sit up and we'll close this practice together. Cross-legged. One hand on your heart, the other hand over your hand. Showing appreciation for yourself, for your movement, for your breath, for today, for this yoga. Thank you for joining me in Gong Interval Yoga. Namaste. Please subscribe and like to see more Gong Interval Yoga videos.